What's going on, Eagles Nation? Welcome to today's episode of BirdBuzz. Stephen Hellmann here, and I promised Tom Aresco in the last video, and unfortunately he did get called into work today, so he's not able to make it. He apologized. I apologize for providing you with that information that was false, but the show must go on. The show must go on. And he will. I'm telling you, we're gonna be doing more shows together. It's gonna happen. I swear. So. Thank you for joining me today. Before I get into any Eagles talk, the Sam Bradford press conference, the Darren Sproles, trade rumors, all that, I wanted to welcome a new member to the Views from the Link team, and that's going to be Conor Myles. He's going to be writing for us on the blog at viewsfromthelink.wordpress.com. He just put up his first article the other day titled Way Up on the 2016 Philadelphia Eagles, so it's a very positive spin on why this team should be much better than what they are indicating. I read the article. It's a great article, and a lot of reports have the Eagles 5-11, 6-10, and I don't see it that way. The weak division, Conor doesn't see it that way. So make sure you go follow this guy. He, like I said, he's been writing the Eagles articles for a while. He writes for Cover32.com. So give him a follow at Myles Sheet and check him out, man. I mean, He's part of me and Tom's family, so I want you guys to show him the same love that you show him, except for you, Justin Bradley, because you're always bashing me. But yeah, let's roll into it though. So a lot of things happened Tuesday. Sam Bradford press conference, and you know what? Were his answers? Yeah, I mean his answers weren't they were scripted, and obviously he was trying to dance around things a little bit. But you know what? He didn't. Him coming out there and just addressing the media now and just getting out of the way in May before it became a distraction, I commend the Eagles. I commend him for doing that. I also want to note that the two questions that he answered, to me that stuck out as something great, was when they asked him, he's about Carson Wentz, and he said, yeah, I understand. I know what it's like to be in Carson's shoes, and I'm going to mentor him. And I do think Sam's gonna answer Carson's questions, help him that. But I know he's not overly thrilled that Carson's there, and why would he? But I don't see Sam as a guy that's going to shut out Carson Wentz, but I don't see him going out of the way to help Carson. But I'm glad that he acknowledged that in the press conference. I also want to say, for a guy like Sam who has no social media presence, no nothing, for him to acknowledge and understand that the fans are upset with him, and that the only way he's going to make it up to us is by his performance on the field. I thought that was, it took a lot for him. He really manned up on those two questions there, and that's true. I mean, he's got to prove it to us on the field that he can be the starting quarterback. He's got to win people back. I mean, I want to cheer for him because he's your quarterback, and I want the Eagles to win. It's that simple. But I love what what he had to say about that. It's funny. Benjamin Albright, he put it best. He tweeted out yesterday. He said, the tweet read, #Eagles fans have it backwards. Should be rooting for Bradford to go out and have a career year so they can maximize trade compensation in 2017. And he's exactly right. The better Sam does, the better trade you can get for him. If he plays awesome and we get to the NFC Championship game and you have to keep Sam Bradford for another year, that's not a terrible problem when he got you the NFC Championship. At the end of the day, it's about winning games. I don't care who we really have on our team. I just want to win games. As the fans, that's all we should want. It's just for the Eagles to be the best team that they can be. And what if Sam Bradford balls out and you trade and you get the NFC Championship game, but you're like, you know what, we're gonna trade him because we want Carson to start right now, and you get your first round pick back for him? Come on. We got to root for Sam. We got to rally behind Sam Bradford here. Also, Darren Sproles, rumors yesterday about him requesting he's going to hold out from camp until he gets his contract demands. He shut down those rumors with a tweet saying, I'm holding out because I want a long-term deal. Crying face emoji. Who's telling people these people their information? So I don't think he's holding out. Darren Sproles, he doesn't strike me as a guy that would hold out. And he plays well this year. He just gets a new contract. So either way, I don't see the Eagles trading him because they do need some help at the running back position, especially with the departure of DeMarco Murray, and you kind of have some uncertainties at running back. So I think he's gonna stay, and I'm glad he shut down the haters, quote unquote, with that tweet. So let's roll through the questions. That many to see today, but we'll go through them anyway. At Nate.Dorley asks, do you think Barner will split the amount of runs with Matthews? I think they're going to go for that three-headed monster, like they did with Buckhalter, Staley, and Westbrook. Is it going to be of that caliber? Probably not, but I think I think they're going to do a three-way split. I mean, Darren Sproles, he had a lot of carries last year too. I think that people forget, and they used Darren Sproles strangely a lot close to the red zone, like with 1 yard runs. He scored a lot of touchdowns in short yardage situations, but I mean, partial was that because DeMarco Murray wasn't doing well. But I do think they're gonna, I think the three of them are gonna split the carries. I do see Matthews getting more carries, but I think it'll be a pretty even share. Showtime 804 asks, should we sign a veteran running back like Arian Foster? And then he says, Ryan Matthews get hurt, so we'll need a guy who can handle 20 touches a game. Thank you for the question, Showtime. Got a little negative, but you know what? Arian Foster, I mean, I think we have some young guys at running back. Even though we're not in a great spot at running back right now, I think you guys have guys you can develop, like Wendell Smallwood, Kenyon Barner. So I think you kind of have to see what you have with this. I don't know if Arian Foster is really going to do that much for you. I mean, will he make your team better this year? Yeah. But would it be like a better long-term thing? I would rather develop these guys and see what we can do. And we just we gotta hope Ryan Matthews can stay healthy. I mean, that's just it. Hopefully he can string together a year where he plays healthy, and if we can rotate a few backs in so he doesn't get as much carries, that would be very helpful. And then Tom, cause he wasn't here today, asked a question. So at Aresco asks, if you could say one thing to each QB on the roster, what would you say to each? All right, I'll start with Sam Bradford. I said, Sam, listen, man, huge fan of your work. But Sam, just ball out, man. The better you play, the better situation you're gonna get here. That's all I can say to you. The better you play, the more money you're gonna make. The better team, most likely the better team you're gonna go to. So, Sam, do your thing. Play well. Show everyone that you can be a franchise quarterback. Yeah, it's not gonna happen here for you, but show another team that you can be the franchise guy. Go get that long-term deal. Chase Daniel, I'm gonna say, get away from that football field. You're not touching the field this year. Chase, I want you. This is what I'd really say to Chase. Like if I actually say it, Chase, mentor Carson. Do everything you can. Any question, think out loud. Let him know what you're thinking at all times, and just mentor the kid. Carson, take it all in. Learn as much as you can. Just experience everything you can with football. Ask as many questions as you can, and that's what I would say to all three of those guys going forward. That's what I would really say. I wouldn't be like, flipping the bird to Bradford or anything. Not that I would do that, but you know what I mean. I took your question literally, Tom. At that Ninja Zay asked, do you think we signed Brandon Boykin back? I think we could still use some cornerbacks, and Boykin has been really good here. Yeah, I mean, Boykin has been really good here, that's for sure. But you have a lot of other, you signed a lot of depth guys at corner. I don't think you need another depth guy. Could you use another, like maybe a better starter upgrade at quarterback? Absolutely. But listen, you got Eric Rowe. You got Nolan Carroll, and they signed Ron Brooks. So they have guys. You have Ja'Cory Shepard coming up. Jalen Mills, who could probably play either position. So you have all these younger guys that you need to bring up. And I think signing Brandon Boykin, he's not gonna be, best case scenario, he's gonna be a nickel corner. But you have other guys that you're trying to groom as a nickel corner. So I just don't think that there's. If we were depleted at corner, I would be all about bringing Brandon Boykin back. And it's not that I don't like Brandon Boykin. I just think that we already have that position. Like I think we're already good at the depth part of that position. Could we get better at corner? Absolutely. But we already have enough depth. That's what I'm trying to say. Good question though. JBrad13 asks, do you think Alan Barbre is good enough to be on the starting O-line? I hope he is. I wanted them to go get 2 guards in free agency. I do think that I think I see an improvement from Jason Kelsey this year. I see Brandon Brooks being a stud. I see Lane Johnson doing his thing, being good. But that left side with Peters and Barber is definitely up in the air. That's for sure. Hopefully, he can be, but he's gonna need Jason Peters to have a bounce back year because, Alan Barber is the weakness on the offensive line, but I would imagine that with the whole line getting better with the addition of Brandon Brooks, and you gotta hope that Jason Kelsey gets better. I don't think Jason Kelsey can play any worse, so he will get better. So I do think that the improvement of the total line will elevate his play. So hopefully that does translate in that, and then he can. Because you know what, I do think he can be a starter for a year or two. He's not a long-term solution, but if we have him for this year, hopefully we'll make the best of it. At Jason Artdeacon 99 asks, predicted fumbles for Ryan Matthews as he starts all 16 games. You guys are ripping on Ryan Matthews today. I'm gonna say predicted fumbles. Oh God, I'm an optimist. You guys know that. So God, 7 fumbles. That's not too bad, right? That's like one every other game. Yeah, that's like one every other game. That's not too bad, right? I hope it's less than 7, but I guess 7. 7's a good. I think that's a fair answer. I don't know how many he had last year, so I'm gonna go with 7. And then Jason Artdeacon also asks, so we'll close this out here. Not related to the NFL, but Simmons or Ingram talking about the Sixers, who the tank is over. They're getting the first overall pick in the draft, and you got to think, I say Ben Simmons. And you know what? I think you can debate Mark Ingram or Ben Simmons, but like the way that I don't know that much about basketball, but it's just he's just like this. Ben Simmons is like this coveted asset that we need to just get that they need to almost like take that flashy pick, just be like, yes, we tanked for 3 years and we finally got the number 1 overall pick, and everyone's hyped Ben Simmons up to be the number 1 overall pick, much deserved by his part. I mean, it's also a weak draft class, but he is the best player in the draft. So I think you just got to take him, because to your fan base, it's like, we wanted to get the best guy in the NBA this year, so we tanked for 3 years. We had almost the worst record ever in the NBA with only 10 wins this season, where NFL teams got more wins than us, and they only played 16 games. So you put your fans through this, and to take the guy, Mark Ingram, who I do think is going to be good, but I think you just get Ben Simmons, because that's just like, that's what you tanked for, to get that number 1 guy. You tanked to get the best guy. So I do think you go with Simmons. And one more thing before we close this out. The Phillies, that's why I'm wearing red, man. The Phillies are tied for first place in the division right now. It's crazy. Like Philadelphia sports, we're on the upswing. I don't know what happened in the past 6 months. I mean, we did get rid of Chip Kelly, the dictator, and we got rid of, and the Sixers tank, they had their tank and all that, but like we just are just on the upswing right now. Even the Flyers somehow squeaking in the playoffs. So great time to be a Philadelphia sports fan. I know not all of you guys are, but I mean, Philadelphia's on the upswing right now. Everything's going good. So I just want some positive vibes. We had the number 2 overall pick in the NFL draft, Carson Wentz. We had the Phillies had the number 1 overall pick in June when they do the MLB draft. Then the Sixers had the number 1 draft pick. So it's like, what a time. I mean, we hit rock bottom. We hit rock bottom, but when you hit rock bottom, the only place you can go is up. So thanks for joining me, guys. I will see you on Monday for the weekly chirp. Have a great weekend. Have a safe weekend. Watch the Phillies, go Fightins. Watch the NBA playoffs. You got Steph Curry, Oklahoma Thunder going at. There's a lot of good sports right now. A lot of good time. Eagles are practicing, so just enjoy the ride, kick it back. I know we want that NFL season, but we got some things to keep us entertained till then. See you guys later.